Hi, my name's Kathy, and I'm a resource consultant at Lansdowne Children's Center. Today I'm going to talk about how we can help our children at home and in childcare be able to follow our instructions more effectively. Following instructions is not as easy as it sounds. What is following instructions? It is the person's or child's ability to act upon requests from others. Following instruction requires the child to attend to detail in spoken language, sequence information in appropriate steps, and seek clarification if having trouble remembering information. Following instructions is part of everyday life. Where are we expected to follow instructions? At home, parents, guardians, siblings ask children to do things around the house. Put your cup on the counter, or bring that to mama. At childcare or school, instructions are given to the group throughout the day. It's time to clean up your toys and line up at the door so we can go outside. Or copy the words off the board and put them into sentences. Why is being able to follow directions so important? It's important so that your child can function effectively across different environments. If a child struggles with following instructions, this affects their ability to reach the desired outcome. It is a skill that we build from young age. Effective listening requires hearing, receptive language, which is understanding, working memory, which is being able to follow the directions without distraction and being able to attend long enough to get the task done, as well as attention and concentration, which is how they are able to retain and manipulate information involved in language comprehension, reasoning, learning new information, and being able to update this information as it changes. These skills all play a part necessary to develop following instructions. Learning to follow instructions leads to understanding instructions during a social interaction with peers. As we get older, it leads to comprehending instructions with academic tasks or following instructions in the workplace. When do we have the ability to follow instructions? Keeping instructions age appropriate also goes along with how many instructions to give at one time. With younger children or those with attention difficulties, remembering to give instructions one at a time when possible. As multi-instructions can be challenging, try to avoid giving a series of instructions such as, please wash your hands and go sit at the table. This can contribute to behaviors or confusion if the child follows only part of the direction due to not understanding. On websites such as scholastic.com or childmind.org, we find some milestone guidelines for following instructions. At infancy, we start asking children to follow instructions. Wave bye, smile at mommy. At the 1 to 1.5 year milestone, children should be starting to follow one-step directions. An example, when asked to sit, the child will sit. Or when requested to help picking up a toy, the child will pick up a toy. At 2 to 2.5 year milestone, children should be starting to be able to follow routine directions with gestural cues such as pointing, hand gestures, and modeling. The amount of gestural cues will decrease as the skill progresses. Most toddlers will be able to follow directions, but in reality, it's best to expect toddlers to respond to your request only 50% of the time. At the 2.5 to 3 year milestone, children should be starting to follow a 2-step direction and respond to choices. At 3 to 4 years milestone, children should be starting to follow 2 or 3-step direction. And at the 4 to 5 year milestone, children should be starting to follow 3-step directions. How to give effective directions as a parent or a caregiver. Be direct. Make a statement rather than a question. An example, please set the table. instead of, "Would you set the table, please?" By being direct, you're stating what needs to be done rather than asking a question, which may give them an opportunity to disagree or say no. Be close in proximity. Get down on their level, make eye contact, getting their visual attention before giving their instruction. "Look at me, please. I need you to listen now." This will help to ensure they are focused on what you're saying. By trying to communicate across a room, the children could easily be focused on something else and may not realize that they're being spoken to. Use clear and specific commands. This can be a very important skill in some cases where children need extra guidance. During a group turn-taking activity, saying "next," or assuming that the next child in the circle will take their turn, be specific in saying, "Johnny's turn." This will help to avoid any confusion in whose turn it is. Remember what age group you're talking to is extremely important. This is especially important for educators who may work with a wide range of age groups. Use age-appropriate language and speak at a level they will understand. Use simple language. Make your words easy to understand. Rephrase them in new ways if the child cannot follow through the instruction. For example, "blocks in bucket." With older children, directions can be more complex while still sticking to the main objective. Keeping explanations simple also allows the child a better chance of understanding and not getting lost in what is being explained. For example, "get your coat because it's raining and I don't want you to get sick," can lead to the child getting lost in what is being requested. Instead, try "get your coat." If you have several instructions, break them down into parts. Instead of "go get your lunchbox and coat and line up at the door," you could say "get your lunchbox." When they complete that, then say "now get your coat." When that's completed, "okay, now we can line up at the door." Most importantly, we should allow children time to process what's being asked of them. After giving an instruction, be sure to wait 3 to 7 seconds before repeating yourself. Waiting gives the child time to better process what you have said and respond to it. Use a soft speaking voice. Children will be able to focus more on the question or instruction if they don't have to process tone and volume too. This allows the child to learn to listen to calm instructions at the first time of being asked, rather than learning that they don't need to listen right away because the direction will be repeated. This will also help to contribute to calm learning environments for everyone. For older children, get the child to repeat the instruction to ensure they understand. "Get your bag, then sit at the table. What do I want you to do?" Here are some ideas that we can use in our daily life to help children understand instruction better. Visual aids. Take a picture of common instructions and print the picture, or you can draw the pictures that you need. Hold up the picture or post it in the appropriate area. Point or hold on to it when giving instructions. Socks on. Dressing strips, along with the verbal instructions for older children. Let them visually see what's being requested and the order it is to be done in. First your snow pants, then we'll put on your coat. First and then boards when introducing two-step directions can be used. You can get a piece of cardboard, print off the page on a computer, draw pictures or attach pre-cut pictures of common directions. Point to the board when you're giving directions. Shoes on first, and then we'll go for a wagon ride. You can use first, then, and last boards when introducing three-step directions. Visual cues, using gestures, body language, and facial expressions, or give them something to refer back to will assist the child's comprehension and recall of an instruction. An example, holding up 3 fingers. I have 3 things for you to do. Get your coat, get your backpack, line up at the door. Some other strategies are pointing to what needs to be done. Or demonstrate. Please set the rest of the table the same way that I set this spot. Be specific what you want to see done. Instead of go clean your room, tell them, I want you to put away your laundry, then pick up the trash off the floor and make your bed. After giving an instruction, ask them to repeat it back to you in their own words. This gives them time to ask questions and give you a chance to clarify what you said. Learning how to follow instructions can be fun. Playing games like Simon Says, drawing games, red light, green light, help children learn to listen to instruction. Gallop like a horse, walk like an ape, or hop like a bunny makes transitions fun and helps to improve following instructions. If you're noticing that your child is struggling with following instructions, contact your child's doctor or speak to the child's classroom teacher. Children learn in many different ways, and each child is unique in how they may need directions given to them. Understanding this and knowing exactly what the child needs to be successful will benefit home and classroom routines. I hope these strategies help, and thank you for joining our Early On session today.
A resource consultant from the Early Integration Program is available to talk to you should you want more information, support, or to discuss any concerns or questions you may have. Please contact us by email at eip@lansdowncc.com or by phone at 519-753-3153. Ask reception if you can speak to a resource consultant.